What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and before I start this video, why don't you hit that subscribe button and join the film fan community. It is awesome, guys, and I'm so grateful to be able to make videos and just talk about the things I love in movies. And if you are one of those people who love talking about movies, why don't you subscribe right below. Anyway, this is a video that I wanted to make just very quickly about why I'm happy that Bohemian Rhapsody was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. I've heard a lot of people lately, over the last couple of days, one of them is a friend, a couple of them are people that I follow on social media who have talked about how upset they are with the fact that Bohemian Rhapsody got nominated for Best Picture. Is this movie one of the best movies of the year? In my opinion, out of the movies that I've seen, yes, it is in my top 5. Is this movie a Best Picture type of film? Maybe not. I want to kind of put this little disclaimer out there. I haven't seen all of the other Best Picture nominated films. I do plan on watching most of them. I wanted to do a ranking video, but it's not going to be feasible. For that reason alone, I can't say that Bohemian Rhapsody is the most deserving. I don't think it's going to win, but I am very happy that this movie is nominated for Best Picture. If I could either have A Quiet Place or Bohemian Rhapsody nominated, I would pick A Quiet Place because I think A Quiet Place is a better film on its own. But the one thing A Quiet Place doesn't have that Bohemian Rhapsody does is that Bohemian Rhapsody is a movie that is so rewatchable. This movie, I've seen it twice over the past week. There's a couple things that really stick out to me and why I'm happy that it got nominated for Best Picture. One, this is a movie that tells the tragedy and the celebration of Queen as a band, and especially Freddie Mercury. Because Freddie Mercury was a very interesting human being. He had this persona about him, and especially when he went on stage, he was so confident. He could hook the audience. The movie does a very good job of portraying that. It portrays Freddie Mercury in a way that is not 100% accurate. Is this movie 100% accurate? No. But if you want to see a movie that's 100% accurate, watch a freaking musical documentary. Because that is one of the worst things that people say about the reason why this movie should not be nominated is because it's not accurate. No Hollywood film is accurate. I'm sorry to tell you, but Titanic, that romance did not actually happen on that boat. There was no Jack in that movie who froze by saving Rose. It just didn't happen. So you cannot put Bohemian Rhapsody on that same means. This is a movie that is a celebration and a tragedy because it shows the struggle that Freddie Mercury had with identifying who he was as a person, his sexuality, the way that he was presented on stage, his look, his persona, his name, his family. That's the thing that I love so much about the movie, but it also celebrates Queen and who they were, and also Freddie Mercury and who he was as a human being. The second thing that I really like about this film and why I'm happy that it got nominated for Best Picture is because this movie is fun. It is a movie that is so easy to watch. It's easy on the eyes. There are things in this movie that happen that, to me, I'm just in awe. Yeah, there's some bad parts in it for sure. Some things you could tell that a second unit type director did direct the film. But for the most part, this movie is very well shot. It is fun. The colors are vibrant. The way that they tell the story and the way that they, don't go completely into the debauchery of who Freddie Mercury was as a person is fun because it gives you that kind of ground where you can root for Freddie as a character. You can root for Queen. You can kind of understand what's happening and kind of what's unfolding. And it's such a great film in that way that a lot of other Best Picture nominated films aren't as fun. Roma is not that fun of a movie. I'm sorry to say, if you're a big fan of Roma, don't hate me. I'm happy you love it. Film is subjective. But Roma, it's a very tough movie to watch. This movie is easy on the eyes. It's easier to watch. And I'm happy that the Academy kind of gave it the nomination. And I feel like one of the reasons is because of how easy of a movie it is to watch and how you can kind of root for Freddie Mercury as a character. Why I'm also very happy that this movie got nominated is because this movie gave Rami Malek a voice. It gave Rami Malek an identity. Because before this, I know he did Mr. Robot, but I didn't really know who Rami Malek was. And now he is the front runner, in my opinion, of winning Best Actor at the Academy Awards. And I hope he does because his performance in this movie is amazing. It's exhilarating. It's one of the greatest performances. Watching this movie, I wasn't thinking, oh, that's Rami Malek performing as Freddie Mercury. I was thinking, this is Freddie Mercury. The songs in the movie are so great. The way he sings and portrays Mercury is phenomenal. I've watched both the Live Aid concert and the Live Aid concert that they perform in the movie. It is so alike. It is scary how good Rami Malek did at portraying Freddie Mercury on and off stage. It's phenomenal. And the last reason why I'm happy that Bohemian Rhapsody got nominated for Best Picture is because that this is not an ideal film to be nominated for Best Picture. This movie is a lot like Black Panther in that way. Black Panther, I don't agree. I don't think Black Panther should have been nominated for Best Picture, because if you compare Bohemian Rhapsody and Black Panther, look at the musical biopics or the musical films that came out this past year. This film was the best. Bohemian Rhapsody was the best of its kind. I don't even know other films that came out this year, and I'm sure that there was a few of them, but this film was the best on its own. If you look at this and like The Greatest Showman past year, these are like the two biggest musical type movies. This movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, is far better than Greatest Showman. It has a better narrative structure, better dialogue, better plot. With Bohemian Rhapsody, you're more nitpicky, but that's because it's kind of hard sometimes to find flaws with the film as opposed to Greatest Showman. Black Panther wasn't even the best in its genre. I would say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was the best comic book movie of last year, and then behind that was Avengers Infinity War. So, on its own terms, this is a movie that's unconventional at being nominated for Best Picture because it was the best in its genre, and it's not a lot of times where we get to see a movie that made so much money and was so beloved by fans and by the mainstream audience that it got nominated for Best Picture, and it's still the best film of its genre. So these are my reasons why I'm happy that Bohemian Rhapsody got nominated for Best Picture. If you're not, that is okay. Leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think about Bohemian Rhapsody being nominated for Best Picture. I will be putting up my 2019 Academy Awards prediction winners video on Saturday, so make sure you stay tuned for that and check into my channel. As always, guys, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Letterboxd and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.